Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a controversial view of Clownhouse. You had to know this one was coming. Clownhouse is one of the most controversial movies out there. As a matter of fact, this was one of the first films Jason and I had in mind when we created this controversial view series. Now that it's October and Clownhouse takes place in the weeks leading up to Halloween, we thought it would be the perfect time to finally cover it. I want to choose my words wisely in this video. As a matter of fact, I am actually filming this for a second time, because I just wasn't satisfied with the first attempt. I know the controversy surrounding this one can be a sensitive subject for a lot of people, and rightfully so. If you're aware of the controversy and this video isn't for you, that's fine. I completely understand and I respect that. So turn it off, and hopefully there's another controversial view that will interest you in the future. But for those of you sticking around, please remember, the point of Controversial View is for Jason and I to watch controversial movies and discuss them, so you don't have to. I should also mention here, as controversial as Clownhouse is, this is not that major controversial view Jason and I have been hyping up for a while now. You'll have to wait a while longer for that one, but it certainly doesn't minimize the infamy of Clownhouse when it comes to controversy. Clownhouse is a 1989 horror film, and the big controversy here can be summed up with one name: Victor Salva. Victor Salva wrote and directed the movie, and it was his first feature-length film. Previously, he had completed a short film in 1986 titled Something in the Basement. That short film also starred two of the three young actors from Clownhouse. I have elected not to use their names though, out of respect, and I hope you guys can respect that. The third young actor, the oldest brother, by the way, not involved in the controversy, was a young Sam Rockwell in his very first film. A lot of people do seem to know that, but it's a fun fact for those of you who don't. Also, the house in Clownhouse was owned by Francis Ford Coppola, who was involved with the development of this film. I'll get back to him in just a bit, but first, the major controversy. Do I even have to say it, guys? I think we all know. Victor Salva committed some heinous acts with the two young actors during the production of Clownhouse. He pled guilty, he was convicted, and he was punished. I won't say any more, but you guys can read the specifics on your own if you like. Understandably, because of the controversy, a lot of people refused to watch this movie. The victim's family even fought to stop Clownhouse from being redistributed on home video. This MGM DVD you see right here was never supposed to hit shelves. The release was canceled. I was fortunate to find mine at a local store that, for whatever reason, didn't send it back to the factory. It wasn't supposed to be pulled from shelves. It was never supposed to make it on them in the first place. Obviously, copies did get out, because you can buy Clownhouse on eBay and sites like that. Usually for a fairly hefty price, though. In recent years, MGM approached Scream Factory, offering the rights to release Clownhouse on Blu-ray. Scream Factory declined, not wanting to touch it. Clownhouse is just a taboo film, and for good reason. What I'm about to say, though, will be considered controversial. If you're someone who can watch movies as movies and put behind-the-scenes stuff out of your mind, slasher fans will probably really enjoy Clownhouse. As far as killer clown slasher films go, in my opinion, Clownhouse is one of the best. Again, barring the controversy, of course. No one is denying that what Victor Salva did was wrong. I am by no means saying that it wasn't. There are no words to describe how disgusting and awful that situation was. But if you're able to separate the art from the artist, Clownhouse is a really good horror movie. It has a great 80s slasher charm. A good chunk of it takes place at a traveling circus or carnival. I love that it's set in the weeks leading up to Halloween. It actually makes sense that the killers in Clownhouse are clowns, unlike other killer clown movies where the killers are just clowns because. In this, they are escaped mental patients who kill some of the clowns from that traveling circus and disguise themselves with their clothes and face paint. Then they wreak havoc on the 3 child protagonists, as well as other victims at a local store. And the clowns in Clownhouse are genuinely scary, too. The house in Clownhouse is awesome. Which brings me to a question. I understand why people are so quick to sort of shun Victor Salva's films, but why do they not do the same with Francis Ford Coppola's? No, he didn't do what Victor Salva did, but he blacklisted the young actor who was the victim. He allegedly blackmailed him too, and you can read more of this on your own as well. Is it just that people are uninformed? I'm not saying any film should be shunned. I think people should separate the art from the artist. I'm just wondering why some people pick and choose at their own convenience. There are those who will not watch Clownhouse, no matter what, but they'll watch Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2, and like those. And also, if we were to avoid every film with some sort of sexual misconduct behind the scenes, we would not be watching a lot of Hollywood productions. I understand that certain movies can trigger memories of traumatic events, but ultimately, the movie is not the man or woman in such cases. It's unfortunate that Clownhouse is stigmatized, because it truly is an awesome 80s slasher. Fans of killer clown movies would probably love it if it weren't for the controversy. If you can set it aside, I suggest checking it out. But if you can't, well, Jason and I watched it, so you don't have to. This is just my controversial view. Be sure to check out Jason's as well to hear his thoughts on Clownhouse. Which controversial movie will we view next? Check back soon to find out. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.